In this video, I'm going to discuss and explain about the important topic of geography, that is Earth structure or structure of the Earth. With this topic, we are going to learn about the interior of the Earth and layers of the Earth in detail. In previous years in classes, you have learnt about the reams of the Earth, in which I'm sure you have learnt about the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. With the atmosphere, how you have learnt about the layers or structure of the atmosphere. In same way, today we will learn in detail about the interior structure of the Earth. So I'll move further with the introduction. The study of origin of the Earth plays an important role in determining its chemical composition, structure, temperature, pressure, and density at various depths inside the Earth. During its formation, several layers formed that covered the Earth's surface. The interior structure of the Earth is quite different to its outer structure. A part of the inner structure is liquid, while another part is very dense and is thick solid. As you can see on your screen, there is an image of boiled egg. So in the similar manner is the structure of the Earth. In the middle, the yellow yolk part can be compared to inner structure or core of Earth, whereas white part of the egg is mantle of the Earth and the white shell is outer Earth or crust, which is most thin. There are certain direct and indirect sources of information that are used to study the interior of the Earth. So first we will learn about direct and indirect source in brief. Direct source of information. As you can see on your screen, image of volcano. A study of the volcanic eruption is another source of direct information about the Earth's interior. When the molten magma comes out of the volcanoes, it becomes a source of information about the Earth's molten magma, gives various information like the depth, density and composition of the Earth. So this is considered one of the direct source of information. Now I'll move to indirect source of information. The indirect source of information come from the interference drawn from the study of the following sources. As you can see on your screen, I have shown the seismic waves and the meteors formation, which are considered as indirect source of information. It is known that as we move down below the surface of the Earth, the temperature keeps on increasing. The outer layers of the Earth exert pressure on the inner layers of the Earth. This pressure exerted by the layers has been used as a source of information to determine the structure and composition of the Earth. As we go down, temperature increases as most inner layer is very hot, as I have shown you in previous slides. Meteors that reach the Earth's surface are another important source of information. Meteors comes from outside the Earth but possess a similar material and structure as that of the Earth. With this point, I will give you a brief about seismic wave. Seismic is an elastic wave in the earth produced by an earthquake or other means. There are 4 types of seismic waves: P waves, S waves, L waves and relic waves. Seismic waves are fundamentally of 2 types: compressional longitudinal waves or the sheet transverse waves. Through the body of the earth, these are called P waves for primary because they are fastest, and S waves for secondary since they are slower, as you can observe on your screen. What is the meaning of P wave? P wave or compressional wave is seismic body wave that shakes the ground back and forth in the same direction and the opposite direction as the direction the wave is moving. As I have given brief about the source of information to you, now we'll move further to our main topic. The Earth's interior is made up of several layers. Based on the study of the physical properties of the Earth can be divided into 3 layers: the core, the innermost layer, the mantle, and the crust, that is outermost layer. So here we'll discuss about the outermost layer of the earth, that is crust. The outermost layer is the earth crust and also the thinnest layer in comparison to the other layers. It is also known as lithosphere, derived from the word lithos, which means rocks. The crust is only about 8 km thick under the ocean. It's ocean crust, and about 32 km thick under the continents, that is continental crust. As you can see on your screen, continental part is thicker than the oceanic crust. Both oceanic crust and continental crust are less dense than the mantle, but oceanic crust is denser than the continental crust. Because continental crust is less dense than the oceanic crust, it floats higher on the mantle, just like a piece of styrofoam floats higher on water than a piece of wood does. What is styrofoam? This is a kind of expanded polystyrene and used especially for making food containers. The crust is very thin layer having an average thickness of about 60 km that forms less than 1% of the earth. The crust is subdivided into two parts according to its composition. The Sial is made up of silicates of aluminium and it is the continental crust. It floats over Sima because it is lighter. Though this layer is lighter, it is thicker as it has mountains, plateaus, and various landforms in it. The uppermost layer of the crust is called Sial, consisting of silicates and aluminium. Si stands for silicates and Al aluminium. On an average, the thickness of Sial is still 25 km from the surface. The continents are composed mainly of lighter rocks materials formed from silicon and aluminium. So the Sial is thick over the continents and very thick or absent on the ocean floor, especially the Pacific Ocean. The Sima is the oceanic crust and comprises silicates of magnesium. It is heavier in composition as it is made up of basalt. The crust is made up of various rocks such as igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. The layer below the Sial is known as Sima, consisting of silicates of magnesium. The average thickness of this layer is about 35 km. Sima is the oceanic crust lying mainly under the oceans, composed of slightly denser or heavier rock material. Sial and Sima together form the lithosphere or crust. The boundary between the crust and the mantle is called the Moho or the Mohorovicic discontinuity, named after the Yugoslav scientist who discovered it. The Sial, being lighter than the Sima, is considering floating on the denser Sima, forms the basis of the Wegener's continental drift theory. Thank you so much. We'll be back with the another chapter.